Hello beauties, welcome back to another video. Hope you are doing good. My name is Cynthia. If you're watching me for the first time, you're highly welcome. Thank you so much guys for your support. Thank you for always coming back. I really appreciate you all. Please don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channels. I will link them in the description box. So in today's video, we're gonna be making this wrap short dress. I'll be using 3.5 yards of crepe fabric for this tutorial. So we will start with the upper part. I'm cutting the front and the back together. So my fabric is folded into two, both front and back. So this is the front and this is the back. So I'm not leaving any allowance at the back here because I'm not adding zip to the dress. So the length of the upper part is 18.5 inches. That's the half length. So we'll go ahead and place the measurement. I'm working with 16 inches shoulder. Divided by 2 is 8 inches. I'm taking 2.5 inches for the neck width. I will take 1.5 inches for the back depth. So I will only take the back depth because I'm going to be cutting out the front out anyway. So I will go to the shoulder here and take 1 inch for shoulder slope. So I'll connect the shoulder slope. So right from this shoulder slope, I will take my armhole measurement. My round armhole measurement is 18 inches. Divided by 2 is 9 inches. So I'll mark my 9 inches here. I'll look for the midpoint of this 9 inches, which is 4.5 inches. And I'll make a curve here. This curve I'm making is for the back armhole. I will come inside by 1/2 inch. So this will now be the front armhole. So this is now my chest line. I'll go ahead and take the vertical measurement. From shoulder to bust is 11 inches plus 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Shoulder to waist is 17.5 inches. I will add 1/2 inch for sewing allowance at the upper part and 1 inch for sewing allowance at the bottom to join it with the down part. So I have 18.5 inches here. I will now place my circumference measurement. The bust measurement is 14 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 inches. Plus 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll mark my 11 inches here. The waist is 36 inches. Divided by 4 is 9 inches. Plus 1 inch sewing allowance. It's 10 inches. I'm not adding that to it. And add that to yours if you're working with a harder fabric. I will connect it from the chest to the waistline. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. So I'll bring out the front one and cut out the 1/2 inch for the armhole. I will notch the front meat part before I open it up. I will open up the front one because I'm going to be cutting two. You know we are making a wrap dress. So I need 2 pieces for the front and 1 piece for the back. So this is the midpoint of the front panel. Right on this midpoint, I will add 7 inches to this side. So I'll mark my 7 inches here. Then I will go up by 1.5 inches. because I'll use 1/2 inch to join the button, then 1 inch will be for the belt. So I'll mark 1.5 inches up. Right on the 7 inches, I'll go up by 1.5 inches. I will take the front depth. I'll place my taper like this because I've cut out 1.5 inches already. So I'm taking 7 inches for the front depth. I'll mark 7 inches right on the midpoint here. And it went up 1.5 inches here. So I will take it right from here up to this 7 inches of the neck depth, and then take it to meet this 1.5 inches. I'll take it from here to meet the 7 inches. From the 7 inches, I will take it to this, to meet this 1.5 inches. Remember, I added 7 inches to it and go up by 1.5 inches. So I'm cutting out 2 of these. So this is one piece. So I will cut out 2 of these. I will lay my fabric on the table and use it to trace this out. We are cutting out 2 of these. So this is for the right side. I'm cutting out the left side. Like when you want to cut the other one, you will turn it like so. You turn this one to the other side, so that you don't end up cutting the same thing. I'll use this to cut out the left part. So we have cut out 2 pieces for the front panel. This is for the right side and this is for the left. We'll go ahead and cut out the down part. Remember, I added 7 inches to this side and 7 inches to the other side. That is 14 inches. We'll add that 14 inches to the waist measurement to cut out the circle. We're cutting out half circle. I'm not cutting out full circle. We will be adding 14 inches to the waist measurement. The waist measurement is 36 inches. 36 plus 14 is 50 inches. Because we are making a half circle, we divide 50 inches by 3.14. If you're making a full circle, you divide it by 6.28. 50 divided by 3.14 is 15.9. I will round it to 16 inches. So we'll be using 16 inches to cut out the circle. So this is my fabric. It's widely open. I'm just folding it into 2 like a triangle. So I'll take it like so. So I have my fabric folded into 2 like a triangle. I will go ahead and place the measurement. So right from here, I will mark 16 inches round. For the down part, we are cutting out a high-low half circle. The high length is 24 inches and the low length is 14 inches. I will first mark 24 inches. That is the high length. Right from this 16 inches, I will mark 24 inches round. So this is my 24 inches length. That's the high length. So I will go ahead and mark right from here 14 inches. That is the low length. So this is the midpoint of this 24 inches. So right from this 14 inches here, I will connect it to meet this midpoint here. This is 14 inches, this is the low length, and this is the high length. So I'm not stopping here. I still go up and take it right from here to meet this 14 inches. So I want this side to have that tiny curve. So I will take it right from here to join this 14 inches. It's either you come down by 1 inch or come down by 2 inches. I will just come down by 1 inch. Take it. I will take it to meet this 14 inches again. Then curve it. I will cut out the waistline, then cut this place out. Let me open it up. So you see, by the time you wrap it like so, you have that's 14 inches for the low length. Yeah, this is exactly 14 inches for the low length, and the high length still remains 24 inches after wrapping it. We'll be adding a flounce to the down part, so I will measure this place round to cut out the flounce. Let me take it to the right side. So I want this to go inside. I want this part to go inside, and why this will go to the right side. Because this one is inside, I won't be adding flounce to the one that is covered. So I'll mark here. I will not add flounce to this one inside because it's covered with the other one. I will measure right from here round. So I will measure here round. So I have 120 inches round. I'll be cutting out 120 inches flounce, 6 inches length. 120 inches flounce and 6 inches length. I made a video on how to cut out flounce in my channel. I will link it in the description box. So I have another easiest way to cut out flounce. I will be cutting it out like a circle, like a full circle. So I fold my fabric into two. I fold it again, and I'm cutting out 6 inches flounce. 4.5 inches. So I'll mark the upper part like so. You can gauge any inches you want to mark. The length of my flounce is 6 inches, so I'll mark 6 inches round. So this is another method of cutting it. So this is 6 inches. So I will cut this out. I will cut the upper part and then cut out the 6 inches length. So I will use this to cut out the rest part. What I will do is to split this open. You split one side open. I will measure the waistline here, what I have here. Then I use this to cut out to know how many inches I'm going to cut out for the remaining parts. So I have 35 inches. So I will cut out another 3 of these. Then I will join them together. What we are going to do next is to cut out the sleeve. I will be adding a band to the sleeve. My sleeve length is 24 inches. I will use 3 inches for the wristband. So I will fold my fabric into 2. So I will minus 3 inches from 24 inches. 24 minus 3 is 21 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I have 22 inches for the length. My armhole is 9 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance and add extra 2 inches here. I'll be making a little gather here at the sleeve cap here. I'll mark 12 inches. I will also be making a gather here, so this place I will just leave it like so. I have 12 inches also here, so I will come down by 4 inches. It's the midpoint, so I will connect it like so. I will take it right from here all the way to the down part. So I'm cutting it out. I'm making a notch here. So I'll use this to cut out the other part. So we'll go ahead and cut out the band. So we are cutting out the band. I will fold the fabric like so. Folded into 2. Our sleeve band is 3 inches, so I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. That is 4 inches. So I'll fold it like so. After folding it into 2, because I'm going to double it, I'll fold it like so. My round sleeve is 9 inches. Divided by 2 is 4.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. So that's 5.5 inches. So I'm cutting out 2 of these. So we are done with the cutting. We'll go ahead and put the fabric together. We'll start with the upper part. We'll be cutting out the collar later. So I will take one part of the front and take one part of this side, lay them against each other. I'll use ½ inch to join the shoulders and use 1 inch to join the side. So guys, I've finished joining the side and the shoulders. So we'll be cutting out the collar. So I will measure the neckline. I will fold it into 2 to measure it. So this is folded into 2. This is the mid section of the back neckline. I will make a notch here. I'll measure it right from the back neckline. I folded it into 2. Measure it right from the back neckline all the way to this front. So I have 25 inches here. Okay, folded into 2 is 25 inches. So I will take my fabric. So the length of this fabric is 7 inches. I will still fold this into 2. I will fold it like so again because I'm cutting out 2 at a time. So I'll measure it. I have 26 inches plus sewing allowance. Right on this place, I will mark 1½ inches up. And now we go to this end, this folded side. I will mark 3½ inches. I want my collar to be 2½ inches after sewing it. So I'll mark 3½ inches here. I'll use 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I'll measure the back neckline. So I have 4½ inches here. So right on this 3½ inches, I will go up by 4½ inches. So I'll draw a straight line from the 3½ inches to this 4½ inches. That's the back neckline. So right from this 4½ inches, I will curve it. I'll curve it to this 1½ inches. I'll cut it out. I'll split this side open. So I'll open it up. I have 2 collars here. So I will join the collars together. Right side facing each other. I will join this cuff side. Join them together. So after I've done that, I will attach the flounce to the circle. I cut it like a circle. I cut out about 4, then join them together. I use a 1/4 inch to hem the bottom of the flounce. So I will take my half circle. Remember we cut out half circle earlier. So I will start sewing it right from here. Right side facing each other. So I'm joining it to the half circle we cut out earlier. So this is the mark I made earlier. I will stop here. So I'll go ahead and join them together. I will join them together with 1/2 inch round. So I finished joining the collar. And I've also attached the circle to the flounce. So on this side I stopped here because I don't want to attach anything to this side. This will be inside, so there's no need of me attaching anything to it. We will go ahead and attach the collar to the upper part. So this is my collar. So this is the upper part, this is the wrong side, and this is the right side of the collar. I'm attaching one side of the collar to the neckline. So I will use 1/2 inch to join the collar to the neckline, right side facing wrong side. So after joining it, I will turn it. I will fold 1/2 inch inside and use it to cover up the first stitch. So I will sew it round also. After I've done that, I will join the upper part to the down part. So this is the upper part and this is the down part. So I will join them at the waistline, right side facing each other. I will use 1/2 inch to join them together at the waistline here. I finished attaching the collar and I've also joined the down part to the upper part. This is the collar. So we move over to the sleeve now. So for the sleeve, I will be making a gather here. I will gather it up to the round sleeve. My round sleeve is 9 inches. So I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I will gather it here up to 9 inches. So I will go to the upper part here, then make a little gather here, just 2 inches gather. I will gather the bottom, then sew the side of the sleeve. I will also join the wristband here with 1 inch. I've gathered the sleeve. I've also sewn the band. I will fold it into 2. So I'll match the side seam together. I will take this to the wrong side. I will tuck the band inside and match the side seam together. I'll use 1 inch to join them together. I cut out 2 beds. One is 39 inches and the other one is 49 inches. The length of my bed is 5 inches. The long one will go inside, while this will be at the front. So I will turn it to the wrong side. So I will sew it here, use 1/2 inch to join it here, then turn it inside out. I will sew both of them. I'm done with the sleeve. I've also sewn the belt and turn it inside out. So we go ahead and attach the sleeve to the dress. I'll turn the dress to the wrong side. So I will tuck the sleeve inside. Right side facing each other. I'll match the side seam together. I will use 1/2 inch to join them together. Then attach my belt here. So I have 2 belts here. So I will attach the longer one here. So I attach it here. This is my 1 inch. So this will go inside. The shorter belt will be here at the front here. So this is the first one. This one will go inside. So this one will be outside. I will stitch it here and stitch the other side. So after we've done that, we open 1.5 inches here. This is where the inner belt will go through. So guys, we are done with the dress. So this is the belt, this is inside, and this one is outside. I will go to the side of the dress by the waistline here and then lose 1.5 inches, because that is where my belt will pass through. That's the inner one. This is 1.5 inches. So I will take this belt, that's the long one. So I will take it and pass it through this 1.5 inches. And this will be here. So this will go round to the back side and come out from this side. I will make a knot here. So this is the done part. That's it for today. Thank you so much guys for watching to the end. Please subscribe to my new YouTube channels. I will link them in the description box. I will see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.